Well, the media and comic book fans are losing their minds right now. We all know Spider-Man is saying bye-bye. Well, according to what's going on with a breakdown and negotiations between Sony and Marvel Studios about using the character, and everybody is saying different things. But the latest we're hearing is that there's quite a possibility that this still might be salvageable. But it appears after the third Spider-Man film, that's it. They're severing ties with Sony, and Sony will be doing, I guess, rebooting Spider-Man for the fourth time. If this all comes to reality, and what I gotta say about it is that I really can't side with either one of them, but Disney want more money, and people, especially fanboys of other comic book factions, are saying, well, Disney's greedy, blah, 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 this, that, and the fourth. And I'm like, look, I can't really say, yeah, they are. Any company, especially a conglomerate like them, yeah, it appears that they are greedy. They are about their business. This is what every company basically strives to be, about their business, especially when it comes to putting asses in seats and recouping on production costs that go up into the 100 million mark, advertising that goes into the 100 million mark. I get it. The reason that Spider-Man is a huge success again is because of Marvel Studios. Sony dropped the ball badly with how the Amazing Spider-Man series turned out. I mean, there was cracks on the wall with Andrew Garfield for the simple fact that Andrew Garfield didn't like that they were filming parts of the movie that they felt would be more complete. And Sony just was like, nope, take that out. Nope, get rid of that. Nope, drop that arc. Nope, do this, do that. And he was like, look, I love Spider-Man since I was a little boy. All I wanted to do is bring him to life now. But you are making this a complicated process. And they was like, oh, so you don't like how we do things? Goodbye, Andrew. You don't want to show up to this meeting? Oh, goodbye. So he was like, he was fine with it. He was fine. He was like, it felt good to just be a fan again of Spider-Man. He gave praise to Tom Holland. Just like Tobey Maguire gave praise to Andrew Garfield. It's just the thing they do. So I appreciate that. Anyway, Sony ran the franchise into the ground. And if things are going with like the way people swear they're going to go, or how they may go, Sony really thinks that because Venom was a hit movie worldwide, that they can just basically take Spider-Man and be like, hey, we got this again. Thanks for helping us out, Marvel Studios. And Marvel Studios owns 100% of the merchandising rights. So anything Spider-Man related, like toys, memorabilia, all that, that's all gone to Marvel and Disney. And people are saying, well, that should be just it. That should be recompense enough. And I'm like, okay. They had those for years. Okay, so you're telling me Marvel Studios footing the bill to produce a Spider-Man film, and just because Sony has the movie rights, Sony makes 95% of the profit from that movie. After a while, I would be like that too. Imagine being at work and you doing 90% of the work, and some old ass dude that's supposed to be your co-worker is like, oh yeah, me and him, we knocked it out. We make a great team. I'm like, what? Excuse me? What did you say? We don't make a great team. When you was flying solo, You dropped the ball, Sony. Okay? You dropped the ball. Plain and simple. Kevin Feige loves Spider-Man a lot. So I'm calling so many different variables the way this could have went, for the simple fact that Feige would not just let something like Spider-Man, a character like Spider-Man go. He said it on the red carpet. Spider-Man, love him. He's a important character to us. So this is all just two sides being stubborn to me. But then again, I don't blame either side. Look, people in the Sony camp and the DC fanboys too are probably like, look, Disney, you just being greedy, you know? You make enough money off of this, that, the merchandising and stuff. Yeah, just take that little bit of profit from the box office and just be happy with that. And then I understand where Disney's coming from. Like, wait a minute, we're doing the heavy lifting. And because they don't want to sell the rights back to us, because they want to leech off of what we brought to this series, what we're bringing to the series. You got the $800-something million Homecoming film. And then you had one, Far From Home, which made over $1 billion. The first ever Spider-Man film to make over $1 billion. And you think Marvel Studios is just going to sit there and just constantly be like, okay, here, this is, we made it a success. Here, take all the money. Thank you. Thank you. No, it's not going to happen like that. I understand where both parties are coming from. Now, do I side particularly with the other a little bit more? Quite possibly I side with Marvel Studios. And it's not because of bias. It's because of what I just explained. It's no way in hell you're going to have somebody benefit more than you off of your hard work. I mean, 50-50 is kind of like, people like, that's asking for too much. And I'm like thinking like, no, that's fun. To me, it's fun. I get why a lot of people would say, no, there's too much. No, it's fine. You own the rights to the character. There you go. I would even say 60-40 in favoring Sony. 60-40 would be fine. Because you own the rights to the character, okay? But Marvel is doing the work. It's the fact that Peter Parker has been mentored by Tony Stark. It's the fact that he's a kid and you're watching him grow up and become a superhero. All right? Things that the Raimi series never really touched on. And even with Amazing, they were in school, like Skip Fest. Amazing Spider-Man, he was a senior already. And then part 2, he graduated. So this is the Spider-Man that's appealing to what Marvel Studios demographic that they really want to pander to? The children. Okay, you got movies that are rated PG-13. Spider-Man started out in the MCU as a 15-year-old boy. What you think the fans, teenage fans are watching a teenage superhero grow up and become and rub shoulders with the big dogs. He's with the Avengers. He was made an Avenger officially in fucking Infinity War by Iron Man. And just in Homecoming, he was like, you're not ready yet. And then at the end, he was like, you're ready. And then Peter was like, no, I'm still not ready. I want to keep my feet on the ground for now. There's a progression that's going on with this. Sony just wanted to blow through everything. You know? Peter got out of high school within a montage of the first Spider-Man Sam Raimi movie. I'm sorry, that movie didn't age well to me. The only Spider-Man movie that aged well to me from Raimi is part 2. Okay? And people hold that movie as if like it's the Holy Grail. And I understand why. But anyway, they blew through that. Now we have a young generation watching the young Spider-Man grow up. Marvel Studios knew how to approach the character to make him popular, especially with the demographic that Marvel Studios go after. So this is what brought Sony success with Spider-Man, like financial success. It was Marvel's work, hard work that they put in to make this character part of a bigger universe. But no, I guess Sony doesn't want to come up with that money. Sony is going through financial problems. So this may factor in. Sony is going through financial issues. The only profitable thing that happened to Sony was PlayStation and Spider-Man Far From Home. And then of course Spider-Man Homecoming. Like the two Spider-Man movies and PlayStation division. But then PlayStation within themselves aren't making that much money. But that's a subject for another video. I think I've done a video about that, about how they have high production costs and they've only brought in about a $2 billion, like a $2 billion profit in 2018. So it's not looking that good. And then look at the disaster that was Men in Black International. Tessa Thompson and Chris Hemsworth and Liam Neeson couldn't save that film. That's right. Zeus, Thor, and Valkyrie couldn't save Men in Black International. They just couldn't. So Sony's going through a lot of issues financially. Their movies aren't the hits that they were. They were kind of in the red. Marvel Studios came in and just started helping them get out of that funk. And now they're going to give MCU their ass to kiss because Venom was a success. Okay? I mean, I still have to see the movie. I just was avoiding it like, oh, God. Who wants to see a Venom movie without Spider-Man? Apparently, millions do. But not I. Not I. Anyway, my whole feeling in the end to wrap this up is that I understand where both sides are coming from, but I'm kind of feeling where Marvel would want more money. Maybe they can take less. Maybe it could be 60-40, 70-30 in favor of Sony because Sony still own the rights. But I get where both sides coming from. But I'm going to tell you this. They survived before Spider-Man, and they will survive after them. They got X-Men. They got Fantastic Four. They got a few characters, but now Sony is like in a tight situation too. Like, look, you allowed Marvel to join Spider-Man into this universe and made him popular with the Marvel fans, and then you're going to pull him out. It's going to damage Sony more than it does Marvel. But I digress. So let me know what you think about the whole situation in the comment section. Marvel or Sony? I get where both coming from, but I'm sorry. I got to kind of agree with Marvel just a bit more for the simple fact that they deserve more for making Spider-Man a success again. Not as much as they asking for, but more. But let me know what you think, because I'm a Fury. I'm out. Peace.